Let me just go to make sure this is playing. 1 2 1 2 1 2. Why is this not playing? Okay, excellent condition. Okay, so greetings. This is Eduardo Jumbo. This is going to be your ultimate WordPress CMS post guide. So in this tutorial, we're going to use the WYSIWYG editor. That's what you see is what you get. We're going to use both the Gutenberg editor, that's the current WordPress editor if you have a new install of WordPress, and we're also going to use the classic editor. The classic editor is a plugin that we did install in a prior tutorial. Just a reminder that every Friday on YouTube there will be a live stream at 8 p.m. Eastern, and you can scroll down. There will always be a post on jumbo.com. It will be a sticky, so you'll be able to scroll down and participate. For example, this one, if you scroll down here, just click on the play button, and as you can see, you'll be able to participate that way. However, if you click here, you can go to YouTube, and if you sign in, you'll be able to participate. You can ask questions. The questions don't necessarily need to be about the current tutorial. It could be something else, programming, anything to do with programming, or just some advice related to programming or business. Just basically anything that's on jumbo.com is game to talk about. So WordPress is an open source PHP content management system for creating, modifying, and publishing website content. So WordPress can be extended and tweaked to your specific needs, usually by plugins. So if you go to wordpress.org and you don't see a plugin you like, you can always contact jumboservices.com or me, and I can create a custom plugin just for you. So let's head over to our WordPress install. So in the first live stream for this series, I did install WordPress. The WordPress was installed using the command line and also using a GUI, and we installed locally. We already had Apache, that's the HTTP server, and we had MariaDB, that's our MySQL server. So you do need a database to work locally as well. So this is what this site looks like. Where we left off last time, we had a theme. We changed from the default 2025 theme to a theme called Cadence, and we were able to create a page and add it there, and also modify the menu and create a custom home page, and then remove the home page from the menu bar here. So now, if you forget, this install of WordPress is local. That's why you see the local URL here. And because I installed two versions, blog 1 and blog 2, just to show you that you can install it in a subdirectory. So that's why you see blog 1 here. So in order to go to the backend, there's a couple ways. You can either install a widget, which will have a login, or you can simply just type in wp-admin. This is because it's local. I don't have obviously I can't have a secure certificate locally. So log in here. To log in, and this is the default this is a dashboard. Always goes to the dashboard when you log in. So under screen options, you can, for example, if I want to remove the site health here, you can just click on that. You see it's gone. At glance, you can remove that, activity, all that. So I usually don't really care about those things. I just leave them as well. And you see these updates. So if we click on updates here in the dashboard, it will tell us that my current version of WordPress is 6.72. So that's current. That one doesn't have to be updated. You can reinstall it if you want. But it tells me that as Kismet, the plugin has an update. So you can simply click update plugins, or you can click this guy here and click update plugins, and then you see it has been successfully updated. So there's another update here. And if we scroll down, you see for 2025, there's an update of it says I do have 1.0 installed. That comes default with when I installed the WordPress. But there's an update to 1.1. So you can click this again and update the theme as well. You should always make sure you have you update your plugins and themes for security reasons. If you don't, your site is more probable to get hacked or compromised. So it's always best to update the plugins. And just a quick reminder that if there's any plugins that you're not using which are inactive, you should always delete them. So the reason why I explained why this plugin and this plugin are deactivated, it's because when we create our own plugins, I'll be able to show you how these plugins are created and how you can make your own. So that's why I leave them here for now. But you see they're still up to date. And if we go to all here, you can see that the plugin that was just updated at Kismet, it said we now have 5.3.7. And this is a classic editor. This one, it says it enables WordPress Cascaded and the old style edit post screen with tiny MCE. That's the WYSIWYG editor, meta boxes, etc. There's also classic widgets. So the reason I installed classic widgets is so that for some specific themes, which we'll do in the future, you'll be able to use widgets. You can add them as well. So depending on your theme. And of course, we also did the contact form 7 and Flamingo. Okay, so now this is about posts. So we can simply go to posts. You see it says all posts, add new post categories and tags. Before I go there, I want to explain the media. So in the media here, you see there was one image which you upload. So you can upload images here. You can also click them and then you can delete. So one of the good things about here is you see this one, I gave it, when you upload it, WordPress automatically puts the alternative text, which will be based on the name of the file. So you see this one was called Cycles. So that's why it says Cycles here, and I added the caption. I created my own caption and also alternative text. So you can also add a description, and then it will automatically save. Let me see if, yeah, it will automatically save when you when you click this X button. Another way is when you're actually in a post. So if we go to posts, see there's tags. I'll go from down up. So tags, what are tags? If you notice, we did create like a Blender, Cycles, and Render. So tags are for SEO reasons. They're also another way that it's easier to search your site. So they're different from categories. Tags are, for example, instead of having, say, 1,000 categories, you can have just a few categories, maybe 10 categories, and then you can have tags. For example, Blender. Blender would not make sense for it to be a category, or Cycles, or Renderer. So, I mean, unless this blog would be only about Blender, but you get my point. So there's also categories, and you see here the default is uncategorized. So I created one category here called output. So you can create categories here this way, or you can create them when you create a post. So we go to all posts. Right now there are two posts. There's the default hello world. I didn't delete that one because you see by default it's uncategorized and there's no tags. So that's why last time, and you see the date here, which was on January 31st of 2025, I did create this post, and I created a category output, and I put some tags here. So you can also go here to add new post. Okay, so I'll explain this. So right now it's using the classic editor, and in the classic editor you get the screen options here. So for example, if I don't want the categories, you see the categories disappeared here. I can also get rid of the tags. You see they're all gone, but we'll leave them on. And then there's the post settings. I'll explain that in a second. There's the excerpt. So now it's hidden, but I'll add that back. And send trackbacks, custom fields, I'll leave that on as well. And I'll leave the discussion and slug. I'll explain what this is. So with a slug, what a slug is when you create a post. So for example, I'll call this one trucks. Okay. You see, this is the slug. The slug is trucks. It takes the title and adds it here. So if I click edit, you see it doesn't let me edit the entire URL, just the slug part. So that's the slug. So trucks. So for example, I can change this to trucks 2 or something else. Okay. So that is the slug. So for example, if I go back to screen options and I uncheck the slug, then I haven't saved it yet, but if I did, this part would disappear. I won't be able to edit the slug. Okay, so this is the classic editor, and you can see it comes with, I can choose the type, like a paragraph, that's like a P tag. There's heading 1, heading 2, etc. Pre-formatted it is for text that, let's say you formatted it using for example, a word processor, you can just paste it that way, or it will remove all styles. And this is obviously bold, italics, bulleted, numbered list. This is a block quote, and then this is a line left, center, a line right. This is to add a hyperlink. This is a read more tag. I'll explain that in a second. And then this is to toggle. If I toggle this, you see there's more items. For example, there's a strike through, horizontal line. I can change the color. So you can paste as text. So for example, if I'm copying content from somewhere else, I can paste it as text. I can clear formatting. There's special characters. You can see the special characters here. For example, if I want the trademark, the registered mark, copyright mark, and I think this is the yen sign. Yep. This is the British pound, euro, and the cent sign. And as you can see, there's like the better sign, all of them. And here you can increase the indent, or decrease the indent, meaning that, for example, if I type this and I go to the next line, so I'll just leave a space. You see, that's one space indent. So if I was using that's basically the increase and decrease indent. This is to undo and to redo, and these are keyboard shortcuts. As you can see here, someone like me is a program. I know all these ones, like especially the most famous one is to undo. It's always Control Z, at least on Linux and Windows. I believe on a Mac it will be Command instead of Control, Command, and then the letter there. And then obviously the headings, and as you can see here, all of them here. And then there's, for example, destruction free. Destruction free, that's W here. I'll show you what that does. Okay, on Linux, Control W closes the window, but basically what that will do is, you'll see this when you use the other editor. It will get rid of everything here, get rid of this this aside, and show that to you. So what's an excerpt? So an excerpt is, you see, it actually tells you right here. It says excerpts are optional, handcrafted summaries of your content that can be used in your theme. So if your theme supports it, the theme must support it. Then they will show up here. So for example, if I write a very long article, I'll give you an example here. I'm going to use some Lorem Ipsum, Lorem Ipsum text. So I'll just copy this here. lorem ipsum. You don't have to see what I'm doing. Okay, so I'll generate some lorem ipsum text. Okay, so you see there's a lot of this is lorem ipsum. If you don't know what lorem ipsum text is, lorem ipsum is just nonsensical text. It's used usually by programmers just to see, like, to style. For example, web designers will use this so they can style it. For example, you see, instead of me writing, this is 5 paragraphs. Instead of me writing 5 paragraphs, you see, I can simply just generate this. As I said, it's nonsensical or dummy text for printing and typesetting. So that way I'll be able to style it and see how everything is. So, for example, if I want to make this one bold, you see that's bold now. If I want to make this one italics, you see it's italics. And so forth and so forth. And if you don't know what bullets are, I can say bread, milk, and juice. So I take that, and then I can make a bullet. You see that's a bullet, and it obviously numbered 1, 2, 3. And obviously I can change the color. I can make this this color. You see, that's how you do it. And I said the excerpt, I would just say a short summary for the content. Okay, I want to explain what this more sign, read more. So for example, if you have a blog or a blog page, you probably do not want the entire content to show, because for example, let's say by default you show 10 pages, so you don't want the entire article to show, then second, so there'll be too much scrolling. So what you do is you do want, depending on your theme, the theme will take the excerpt, or if your theme doesn't support that, what it will do is, if you use the read more sign, so for example, I would put it maybe here. Actually, maybe right here. After this, I'll put the insert read more. See, it says more. So what will happen here is, instead of using this, so what some themes do, I think this way I won't confuse you. What some themes do is that if an excerpt is empty or does not exist, they will look for the read more. So in the read more, they will, when they catch this, so this part, the first paragraph here, this will be what is shown as an excerpt. So we have custom fields. Custom fields are for specific needs. I don't think this is built into a theme unless you use a plugin. So for example, if I have something specific, this was very popular in the old days. For example, if I had a video and I wanted the URL of the video, I would say something like, say, YouTube video, right? And then I would put the URL of YouTube video. Then I could have some code which looks for the custom field called YouTube video. Then it will convert this into an iframe. Or in the old days, it would use the object, for the flash videos. So that's what would happen. For example, if it's a link, maybe you want to style the link like a button or something. You can that's another way to do this. Or for example, maybe it's a map, like a Google map. You'd put the address here, and then you can use your mapping software to grab the content here and throw it onto a map. So why is this beneficial? Is because, remember I was telling you, if you have a blog page and you have something like this, you might not want on that page to display say videos or a map. You want only the map to be shown on the actual article itself. Then you see, if you want to add more, you can click here. So this one I'm going to say, I would just say, let's say Ojambo domain. So then it will be https ojambo.com. Okay. And now down here under discussion, we have, you see here, it says customs can be used to add extra metadata to your post, and you can use in your theme. Another option would be to, maybe you want to make it like a short code or something, you can do that as well. Okay, so under here, under discussion, you see allow comments. So this is pretty straightforward, meaning that if you want people to be able to comment, you obviously, you leave it by default, it's checked. And allow trace backs and ping backs. What this means is that if somebody comments on this article on another site, it will automatically, WordPress will send a ping, and then it will show up under the comment section. Okay, so then we have some other things on the right pane here. So obviously you can save it as draft, and under status you see there's draft or pending review. So for example, if you hire someone, or maybe you ask somebody to write an article for you, by default you can give them permissions, and then they will never be able to publish. So the most they can do is they will either leave it as draft or pending, or if they do publish, it will go under pending, and then it will be up to you or another admin to approve it, basically by clicking publish. Under visibility, there is by default it's public. You can make it a sticky. Remember I said the sticky, what a sticky will do is it will put it at the front. So no matter the date, it will put it at the front. I'll demonstrate this later. So what I'll do is, since this particular this post is going to be the most current, however, because by default it goes in ascending order, meaning that the latest one is at the top, and the one that I created, the first post will be the last one. However, if you make it sticky, then it will be at the top. So meaning that this will have precedence over the other posts, even future posts. And then you can also password protect it, meaning that the content, people will be able to go to the URL, but they won't be able, they will need to type in a password to see the content. Again, this is also depending on your theme. Most themes do have this, but some themes which have been customized or the page template might not have the password protection feature, but it is built into WordPress. So meaning that the person will have to write for example, if I click password protect here, you see it asks me for the password. So the content will not be visible until somebody types in the password. And then there's private. Private usually means that it depends on the theme. It could be somebody needs to log in order to see the content. So again, that depends on the settings of the theme. Sometimes private actually doesn't mean anything. But it might also, so again, it depends on the theme. It might mean that if something is set to private, it doesn't show up in the search. So again, it depends on what the theme has decided to, how the theme handles these settings. Obviously, the default we're going to leave is public. And you see here we have publish immediately, so you can post date to your posts. So for example, this one, it shows the date or the timing of the creation of this live tutorial. So you can obviously put it in the future, and then and the good thing about this, you can also put it into the past. So that's one way to, I don't know why you want to do that, but yeah, it allows you to put it in the future, now, or in the past. And of course, if you're not happy with it, you can move it to the trash. This doesn't delete it, just leaves it in the trash tab, and then you can delete it there if you want. And this is the categories. Remember I was telling you can create the categories here in the side, or you can create here. So for example, this one, I am going to call it guide. I'm going to add a new one and call it guide. And you see, under guide, for example, I can say I can make it a parent category, or I can make it a you see, I can make it a child of one of the parent categories, and you can go as many as you can nest it as many times as you want. So for now, just leave it as a parent, and here's where you can add tags. So tags, you can add anything you want. I can say trucks, and I'll say trailers, and you just click on add. And if there are any existing ones, for example, the one we created was Blender. So watch what happens when I type Blender. BL, you see, Blender is there. Then you just click it. I'm going to create these two new ones, and I click add. Then we have here featured image. I'll come back to this in a second. There's post settings. So for this particular theme, it does give some specific or additional settings. For example, I can have the default header or no header at all. I can disable the header, the title, so meaning that the post will not show the title. Because what some people do is they might have their own header here, which is different. This one is just for SEO or just to get this part done, and then you can have a separate one in here as well. And then we have the layout. So I don't want to spend too much time on this because this is specific to a theme. So your theme might not have this, but this particular theme does have these. Another thing is, depending on your theme as well, sometimes there might be a page template if they're using the old style WordPress ones. So I said it all depending on the theme you're using. Now let's go back here. So let's spice this up a little bit. So you can also embed YouTube videos. So for example, after this one, I'm going to embed a YouTube video. There's a couple ways to embed a YouTube video. So here I'll just say manual embed of YouTube video. So I'll show you how to do this. Basically, all you need to do is you go to YouTube. Okay, so I'll take one of my videos and I want to pick, what's the latest video I have? Okay, so I have this one here. Can I just grab it from here? Yeah, so you click here and they share, and you see this is the URL, but I want to embed it, so I click embed. I'll use just the default, so I'll just I'm not going to show you how to embed on YouTube, so I will just copy that. So it copies this part here, then I can go here and I can simply just paste it in there. There's a reason I'm doing this, and I'll show you later. And after that, I think, oh yeah, so let's do okay, I'm not going to do a featured image yet. So let me save this first. I'll just publish it, and I want to see what it actually looks like. So we go here. Yeah, this is what I was trying to say. Do you see what happened here? Is it converted the iframe into text. So this is not a good way to this. So we can fix this. So how to fix this is we can go here and we undo. Why is that not work? Why is control? Okay, undo is not working for some reason. Oh, because I saved it. Okay. So instead, if I go to you see here it says visual and text. So I go to text and I go here and I paste it. Now, if you notice down here, it says OL, OL, and LI, LI. So this is an order list. So you see here and you see the color. So this is the HTML and the text here. So when I paste it here now, if I save this, I go back to that post here and I refresh. You see now, the video has been embedded. the video has been embedded because it embedded as HTML. So that's one way to show the video and the text. Now, of course, you see here it says strong when I made this bold, and say for the this is italics. I wonder if there's a setting for that. Let's see if it's actually, yes, it is. See, EM is styled to be italics. That's emphasis. Okay. Now, what else is here? I think, oh yeah. So let's do the featured image. So under when I click featured image, I can upload a file, or I can grab something that was already uploaded. So here we go, and you can filter what type it is. Okay, so I am going to add an image here. I'm just going to drag and drop. Hopefully that works. I'll use an older image from, okay, let me see if I can use this one. Yeah, so here I'll put an alt text. I'll say this is a photograph of an astronaut riding a horse. Okay, I'll say here under the caption it will be, actually this will make a better caption. And this one, the alt text. Alt text means it's if the image doesn't exist, it will put something there. So this one I'll just say photo of astronaut on horse for trucks. I guess I should have actually put it, and then you can put a description. That's not too important. Description is never displayed in the front. It's just for you to know what the picture photo is about. So then you click here, set featured image. Okay, so now if I click update, I want to see what this one actually does. Okay, there we go. So this particular theme, what it does is it takes the featured image and it puts the featured image above the title, and you see here it has the author and then the date, and then it puts the, I'm surprised it says uncategorized. I thought I categorized this. I don't know if that's a bug. Yeah, that must be a bug. Oh, it's uncategorized. Oh, you know what? That is weird. It didn't save my category. Huh. Remember we created I forget what category did we, or did we create a category? Oh, I think I called it guide. I remember. Okay. My problem was I didn't press enter because I rarely use the classic editor. Okay, so now if we update, go back here. Yeah, guide. So if you have multiple categories, it will just simply put them here as well. And let me see if it actually puts the tags. Usually tags at the bottom. Okay, here we go. So you put the tags here as well. Okay, I kind of like this. I think I'll keep this. I'll borrow I'll borrow this idea for future when we create our own theme. Okay, so this is pretty good. Now let's go back to the post. Now we're going to switch over. We're going to create another post, and we're going to create a, we're not going to use the classic editor. We're going to use the Gutenberg editor. Now we'll see what this one also looks like in the Gutenberg editor. So if we go to our plugins, and here I'm going to deactivate the classic editor. If I go back to posts, and go to trucks, you see the difference between the Gutenberg editor and the classic editor. So one thing you'll notice, I don't have the screen options, and you can see there's no, you don't get the visual and the text. And you see here on the side things are slightly different. Everything, there's a status, there's publish, obviously the date here. So there's the slug will be here, the author, the template. So here if you have templates, let me see, we can create a custom template. Discussion open obviously means that people can leave. If I go back here, yeah, you see where it says leave reply. So this is where people can add a comment. So if I unchecked it, you will not be able to, because I'm logged in as well. So you do not get the, asking you to log in or anything like that, because I'm already logged in. But if I wasn't, it would have, that's for the name, email address, and obviously the comment area. And obviously here are the categories, and here are the tags, and revisions, so how many times it's been saved or modified, so it tells you here. And then if I, for example, if I click here and it says this was created using the classic editor, and I can convert it to blocks. I'm not going to do that because I could, but I'm saying this is pretty easy. We'll do something similar for another one. And then there's also settings here. You see, you can toggle them. And here's a post settings. So again, depending on the type of theme you have. So you see here, there's a transparency header, post title, if I wanted to disable or not, and the layout. Oh, this is actually pretty good. I do like this. So depending on what type of, how the content I want it to be, how the content will be laid on the front end. So if you see here, it's the default, or it will use normal, narrow, full width. I don't think I need to explain this. So full width means it will take the entire width of the screen, or the others are, as you can see, they kind of put it in the center. Then if there's a sidebar, the sidebar will be on the left, or on the right sidebar. And then there's all these things. I said I'm not going to go too much into this because all this are based on the theme. Speak to them. Even here, the featured image. So you can put a default, it can be above, it can be behind, and it can be below. Let me actually try behind. And let me save this and see what that looks like. I think that's, that must be the default, I'm guessing. Okay, so let's try above. And hit save. I wonder what that look like. Okay, so above is basically above everything. So I guess the behind it just puts the category and the trucks up there. I kind of like that. So let's go back to default, which is the behind. Yeah, you see that? It basically puts the image, and then it grabs the content part and puts it up here more. So for this particular theme, you can also do, let's do full width. Hit save and see what that looks like. Yeah. So as you can see, full width takes up, as I say, the entire width of the screen. So that's up to you, but I think, what did it have before? I think it was default. I think it's actually narrow. So let's go back there. Yeah, that's, I think this is actually narrow. Okay, so you can see it's basically centered and it's narrower than the image. So that's fine. Okay, so let's go and create another post. I'll go through everything in the, so go create a new post. That one should not have been called, I think that one should have been called astronaut, but that's fine. So this one, I'm going to call it, actually, I should probably change that one. So to edit that one, I don't like that title. So we can go to quick edit. See the title here instead of trucks. What is that one about? Astronaut. Astronaut. Oops. Astronaut. And you see the slug, I can also change it to astronaut. And I'm going to change this one. I'll just call it astronaut and horse. Why can't I spell? And I click update. So you see I changed everything. Now if I go here, this no longer exists. And it went to astronaut, and that's what it is. So it's astronaut. So this was a quick way to change everything. You see even here, astronaut and horse. Okay. So now let's create a new post. And see, it tells me here there's no title. So I'll add a title. I'll call this one trucks. Then I'm going to set a featured image. I'm going to upload a truck, and this is going to be a photo of a large truck trailer. Okay, I'll set that as a featured image. Then I can start typing here. So I am going to do another lorem ipsum. This time I'll just do, so there's a couple ways I can just start typing as it says, or if I click this plus sign, I can pick different things. For example, if I want to add an image, I want to add the heading, gallery, etc., etc. So in this particular case, I'll just paste it. And then here, so let's go back to YouTube. I want to add a video here. So I'll just type an embedded YouTube video. And you see now I can, for example, I can make this bold and all these other things as well. There's even more options. I can edit as HTML. So what I do is I go here. I want to embed another video. So let's embed this. Let's do this one. This looks pretty cool. Go to share, and we embed it. Copy. So I go here, I can simply just paste it. That was weird. Actually, I want to, and then you can see you can change the color, the typography, the border. Some of these are based on the theme as well, but these are blocks. So the blocks are usually the Gutenberg editor. So I will simply, you know what? Let me create a subcategory just to show you how to do it. So I'll call this one trucks or vehicles. I'll say vehicles. Oops. Vehicles. And then the parent one will be guide. So you see it's highlighted. You can also click the guide, but I'll just leave that one. Yeah, I'll do both. And for tags, this obviously will be, so tags should already, okay, then they don't exist. So it'll be trucks. And trailers. Okay, so I'm going to save this, publish this. And you see it gives me the URL here. So I can click on view post. And you see, this is the post here. And this is, so I'll explain why this happened. I'll come back in a second. Another option it has is, you see here, if I click this to view, it will let me view it in a desktop. Obviously, I'm on the desktop right now. You can click it tablet and mobile. So this is what it look like in a tablet. This is what it look like on a mobile. You see how it's, I mean the post itself, you see how it crunched down to the, it became narrower. Okay, and then of course you can click view post. So let's go back to desktop here. Now the reason what happened here is by default, if you have a brand new install of WordPress, this is another and which I found as a nuisance, is also depending on the theme, it does not have an automatic to prevent problems. It by default, the WYSIWYG editor will try to remove things that it finds to be suspicious or malicious. So that's why, for example, if you try to paste some JavaScript here, or in this case an iframe, because this embedded is an iframe, it will strip out the HTML and just leave the code here. So if I don't want this, I can simply go here and I can click edit as HTML. I'll just delete it right now. So what I'm going to do here instead is, here's a very important trick. You click this, you see there's YouTube embed. There's also embed and there's YouTube embed. So I'll show you all the ways. If I click YouTube embed, it says here add the URL. Please paste the link. So if I go back here for this video, this is the video I wanted. So I click share. So I just want the URL. So I'll just grab the URL, copy, and I paste it here and click embed. You see? That's one way to do it. Now if I hit save, if I go back here to trucks, my video should be down here. You see? Here is the video. That's one way to do it. Another way to do it is another embed as custom HTML. So you can also embed it as a custom HTML. So you go here and you see there's you can just type HTML, custom HTML. So you can just paste it in here. So we go back to that one here and I click on embed. If I copy this, I can paste it here. If I hit save and refresh this, you see that's the custom embed. What's the difference? I'll explain. The difference is this one uses the built-in embed for so what happens, you see, it made it full, at least the full width. But if you do the embed from YouTube, if you notice here, it says 560 by 315. So that's the width and height. So the width will never be bigger than that. Okay, so then let's continue here. I'll put some more. So I want to show you as well what happens is here, if I just paste two paragraphs, you see both paragraphs come here. And I said you can do the same thing. I'll use shortcuts. That's bold, Control I. That's what do you call it? I was gonna say underline. I meant italics. And if you want underline, I think it's U. Yeah, U for underline. So if I save this, and if we go back here to trucks, you see that, yeah, you see this is bold, this is italics, and this is underline. And we added, and you can obviously also add images here. So for example, actually I'm going to add an image here. Image, here we go. The image, you can see I can upload an image from the media library, one from a URL. I am going to try one from a URL. I will go to a post. I want to grab, let's say I want to grab this one. I'm going to, where's the copy image address? I'm going to copy the image address. This might not always work if hot linking is disabled, which it might be, but since this is my site, I believe I should be able to do this. Okay, so I'm going to insert from URL. Yeah, we go. It does work. Perfect. So, and then of course I can drag this up and down. Oh, this is to edit the image. If you need to edit the image, you see the width and height, aspect ratio and all that, but I don't want to do that. What I do want to do is, no, I don't want to add, oh here, this is what I was trying to say, like you can move this up and down. You see it says move to, add before or add after, so you can add something, oh here we go. This is how to move it. So if I want to move this down, I just click this part here. You see it's down. Now it's below the image. So then here I'll just add what is this? Image added from URL. Okay. Actually, I think I should make this a little bit bigger. So you see the size here. I'm going to make it as large, and I'll make it bold. Okay. I want to add a caption here. There's only alternative text, maybe under advanced. There's a title attribute. Interesting. Image. Oh, you can also add a gallery as well there. So the add text, add text over image. Okay, let's see if I can add. There we go. So what do I want to add? So I'm saying these are all options. I rarely use this. So let's say course. Okay. And obviously I can change the color of this. I can add a border. What's under advanced? Oh, here, the color. So I want to change the color to color. Okay, here we go. So I'll pick some greenish color. There we go. Oops. Okay, there we go. Oh, I have to click it. Okay, there we go. Oh, okay, now I have to add a background. Make it a light. And I'll make it a little bit transparent. Yeah, there we go. Okay, so I save this and see what it looks like. All right, there you go. It's not very nice. I think white is actually better. Yeah, well, you get the point. So, actually, let me fix that. I will want to make this background needs to be a little bit more transparent. Yeah, like that. Yeah, there we go. Much better. I think this needs to be bold. You get the point. So you can add, you can modify this to all your heart's content. Yeah, this color needs to be darker. Was it lighter? Oh no, darker. It needs to be no, it should be lighter. Yeah, there we go. I think that should be good. Yeah, there we go. Course. Good. So now I'm not going to touch on SEO in this tutorial because you can find that in multiple places. So I've shown you how to add images using the media library. I've shown you how to use the classic editor. I've shown you how to use the Gutenberg editor, and I've shown you how to go through all of this, how to embed videos, how to add custom HTML. I've shown you, for example, one thing we haven't done here yet is we also have not done, so let's say bread. No, so bread, what do we say? We'll say brakes, tires, and what's another thing you need when you're a tractor trailer? I don't know, food. Oh, fuel. Let's say fuel. Okay, so grab that, and as you can see here, I can group them, or I go to options. So in this particular case, I am going to, okay, I want them to be together, so let's group them. There we go, that's what I wanted. And then I want to, yeah, so I can change the alignment, see align center, or align to the left, and you see you can drag them up or down, and you can ungroup them. Yeah, what I was going to say is that, again, if I grab all of them, we can go, you can change the typography, you can make them small, medium. Right now I've just made them medium. And you can also, when you click here, you see there are paragraphs. So I can, if I don't want them to be paragraphs, I can also change them to something else. You can also add, as you can see here, there's different, you can add a list. So the list will be brakes, tires, and fuel. So here we could just simply delete, and they're gone. And here I'm just going to add a, this is an unordered list. So make it bold. You see it still works, and the shortcuts also underline it. And there's different things you can do as well under the blocks. You see there's paragraph, headings. You can use quotes, pre-formatted text, tables. Here, let's add a table here. Some table. Okay. Sorry for the spelling. Some table. So we click table here, and see it tells me how many. So let's make it 3 columns, and let's make it 3 rows. So here we go. I can call this, usually it's the name, name, quantity, and then the price. So we can say milk and bread. Okay, so 1, 2, $4.99, $1.99. Okay, and of course, as you can see here, you can add a video or embed a video. The other things, you can add buttons, and there's a whole bunch of stuff. You can add widgets, you can add a search, you can add a contact form 7. So this is a good thing about, see, if for example, if I want to add a form, contact form 7, that's a plugin installed. You can add shortcodes, navigation, site logo, excerpt, so forth and so forth. And you see there's you can embed YouTube embed, and there's so many things here. There's also patterns depending on your theme. You can, as you can see here, and then there's also media, how to show all these things. Again, those two depend on your theme. So let me save this. I want to go to, if you want to go back to the regular WordPress, you click the this logo here. Depending again on your install, this might have changed, but the side usually is left alone. So if we go to settings and we go to reading, you see the home page was set to a static page. I'm going to change it back to your latest posts, and I was right. See, it shows at most 10 posts, and that's what I wanted. So if I go back now here, and let's go to the blog itself. You see here, this is for this particular theme. You see what I did? This is what I was trying to tell you, is that because this one, the trucks, I didn't put a read more. You see it grabbed not all of the text, but some of the text, and it put the read more. And you see this one, the astronaut, where I put the read more. It actually used, because this one has an excerpt, so it used the excerpt. For now, for these trucks, I'm going to I don't know if there's a read more. Let me actually go to it. Let's go to edit post. So let's say I want the excerpt to be somewhere here. I'm wondering if I can insert, is there a read more? There might be, there's so many settings here. So let's click here and see if there's a, let me search for read. Yeah, read more, it's right here. So there's a read more, and read more is down here. So I'm gonna move it up. Actually, I'm gonna drag it. So let's say I want to put it right here. So meaning that after utilities whatever, it's going to say read more. So if I save this and I go back here, I guess there's a cutoff. So let me make this shorter. I will put it maybe here. Hit save. So it should be after oxy, whatever you call that. So if I did this, oh, why is that not working? Why is the read more not working? Did I not save? That's weird. I think read more doesn't work for the Gutenberg editor. Yeah, looks like read more doesn't work for the Gutenberg editor. But yeah, as you saw, it yeah, that's unfortunate. Okay, so I think we can stop now. It's been over an hour. So just to finish up here is quick summary of what we did today. Again, we used the classic editor and the Gutenberg editor. In this Gutenberg editor, in both cases, we created a featured image. We added content, just text. I showed you how to bold, italics, underline, and lists, and how to embed videos, the YouTube videos, using the built-in WordPress YouTube embed, and how to embed custom using the custom HTML. I'll show you how to add images to the post, not as a featured image, but just inside the post itself. And I showed you how, depending on your theme, how to also overlay text on an image. I've shown you how to align left, align right, how to create a table, and how to create categories and tags, both using the categories page itself and the tags page, and also do it when you actually create a post. And I show you how to I showed you what all this means, the status. Oh, I forgot one more thing before I forget. So you see this one, the hello world. This one was obviously when I installed this. So if I do a quick edit here, I can make this a sticky. Where's sticky? Make this post sticky. So if I make this post sticky, now if I go back, you see hello world, it was the last one. Now if I refresh, you see hello world is now first because it's a sticky. So what sticky does, it will push you to the top. Back here. So, and how, oh, I also showed you how to use the quick edit. So I will go there, and yeah, so we have 4 posts that have all been published, and by default it shows the author and this list, post list, categories, and the tags, and the date that they were, and comments. So you see here, hello world has 1 comment. I don't know if the comment was, I'm guessing it was approved. So if we go back here and click on the hello world, the comment was approved. Yes, the comment was approved. And you see this how the comment will look like for this particular theme. Okay, so finishing up again. So this everything you see here, you can follow along on ojambo.com/WordPress-CMS-posts. Just a quick reminder that every Friday on YouTube at 8 p.m. Eastern, there'll be a live stream. We'll continue this WordPress series. So the next one will probably be pages and creating our own maybe plugin. Next, I'm not sure yet, but just visit ojambo.com and I'll make that sticky. And of course, as I said, you can always, if you don't want to join for live participation, you can simply just go to ojambo.com and just scroll down and click the video, and then you'll be able to watch it live. If you enjoy this, please consider supporting me in a few ways. You can go to ojamboshop.com and purchase one of the online programming courses. I have JavaScript, Python, and PHP as time of this recording. Or you can also get the publications. Right now I put them on Amazon, the programming books. They're for the same JavaScript, PHP, and Python. So for the JavaScript, it does have a paperback version. Or you can also donate at ojambo.com. You go to ojambo.com and donate, and I'll be happy for any donations. Another way you can also support me is if you go to ojamboservices.com. If you need a custom website, applications, or tutorials, one-on-one online, or I can, if you want a custom WordPress tutorial or PHP plugin, extension, database help, again, just go to ojamboservices.com. And thank you very much. See you next time.